nearly 20% of our children, a four-fold increase over the past 20 years. Just get this, it's mind-boggling for me. 20% of our children are now experiencing diseases, respiratory, such as asthma. Respiratory diseases attacking the most vulnerable amongst us, primarily children and seniors, and account for nearly 10% of all hospital visits. Over time, this adds up to billions of dollars worth of healthcare costs to taxpayers. The GDP may go up, but the index of well-being doesn't. Meanwhile, greenhouse gas emissions are rising, 24%, right, Alexis, since 1990. I say, friends, when you read this report, Canada is heading in the wrong direction in this area of climate. We are not part of the solution. We are a growing part of the problem. Our country is amongst the highest per capita emitters in the world, second only to the United States of America. I would have thought that's common knowledge, but when you read it and those words just jump out, it really makes a point. Climate change is also having an impact on our economy through droughts, floods, invasive species, and there are all kinds of studies which indicate the following: that this isn't a choice between economic growth or a sustainable environment. This argument, this project is about being demonstrative and proving that we can have economic growth and a sustainable environment in order to improve our well-being. My hope that our environment report released today will spark a national dialogue on the kinds of difficult challenges and choices and programs that we need to do to tackle this particular issue. Now, looking forward, this coming fall, the CIW will reach now our major milestone. I'm coming to an end of my remarks. The first composite index. A composite index. Hugh alluded to this. A composite index which will be much like the GDP, the TSX, or the Dow Jones Index. You know, it's up a certain percent. We'll take the 64 headline indicators we've been tracking and convert them into a single number. That number will go up or down over time as we continue to measure over time and provide a quick snapshot of how our quality of life is changing, for the good or for the better. I hope for the better. Thus, for the first time in our country's history, Canadians will have an evidence-based, integrated picture of how our public policies are working to improve our society. So, friends, in closing, as we take this moment to celebrate the new home here at Waterloo, my feeling is that we are embarking on a win, win, and win journey. It will be a win for the CIW because the work will be enriched by the intellectual vitality of one of the world's greatest universities, by the broadening influence of leading thinkers in a wide variety of departments under the academic leadership we have, and by the engagement of a new generation of students with an enormous stake in the future. It will also be, secondly, a win for the university and the Faculty of Applied Health Sciences, a new opportunity to keep pushing forward the frontiers of knowledge, and an entry point into a pivotal and rapidly expanding worldwide OECD initiative. And third, it will be a win for the Canadian people, perhaps most importantly, a chance to engage in a genuine dialogue about our country's future, to shape future policies for a new generation, and to feel that we have a real and welcome role in creating a stronger society and a better world. Win, win, win. My friends, now more than ever, we need to root ourselves and our work in the values, as I say, and I'll close on this, that have shaped our great country, the values of fairness, diversity, equity, inclusion, health, safety, economic security, democracy, and sustainability. Now more than ever, we need to draw on those values to develop a vision of a Canada and a society that is sustainable in every way, and to define the hallmarks and the benchmarks so that our society understands how far we've come and how far we have to go. And now, more than ever, we need to connect the dots that affect our well-being so that we can develop policies to address our root problems and challenges. And now, more than ever, we need to break down the silos, reaching across sectors, linking leaders and experts, planners and decision makers, academics and civil society. And finally, now more than ever, we need to recapture the moral strength to see ourselves in our own place, in our own time, informed by our own Canadian values, as a nation that is worthy of the respect of a world that needs an even better Canada. That's our task, and I invite you to join in its pursuit. Together, we can do it. Congratulations, and thank you very much. Sorry for being so long.
You may or may not have heard, but at the very closing there, Mr. Romanow said, "I'm sorry for going so long," and I really would like to say I could sit and listen to you all afternoon. Thank you so much for those inspirational comments. They truly were inspirational. As we close the official ceremonies, I'm completely overwhelmed by the attendance today, by the people that we have here with us, and the fact that so many of you have taken the time to join us in sharing this celebration. We are absolutely thrilled about the possibilities that CIW offers to the faculty and to the University of Waterloo. I have always said that while the AHS faculty will be the home and the champion of the CIW, this is a university-wide amenity. And also about the vast opportunities it holds for the well-being of Canadians. And we hope that you'll stay connected to the initiative and even more so get involved in this incredibly important process that has the ability to change lives. And in fact, I have to say one of the take-home messages for me from Mr. Romanow's comments is a quotable quote, which I actually wrote down in my notes as you were speaking, that knowledge for the sake of knowledge is a laudable goal, but knowledge that's going to change the world is even better. I hope you'll continue to celebrate with us. That's the end of our official ceremony, but right outside the door in what we call our fireplace lounge are some wonderful refreshments and an opportunity for you to interact with each other and with our special guests. Thanks very, very much for coming today.